It is so rainy outside that today, unfortunately, I will start my day without morning exercise because it's too wet. It's too wet for the outdoor activities. So then let's start an ordinary morning routine like shower and that kind of stuff. Yeah, but actually about rain, it's not bad that rain is now. No, actually it's bad, but not that bad. It would be better if it would be in the evening when I will go home by bicycle. Yeah, but I hope it will be dry. The forecast says that the sleet will stop within 3 hours, within 2 or 3 hours. Well, I hope so, I hope so. But for now, let's just do a morning routine and then see that will happen. Every morning needs its breakfast. It's only left to slice it. Transforming the bed is not required today, and I can even hear the rain. Yeah, it's sad. It's really sad that it's rainy on Saturday, because I remember that in summer it was always sunny. It was always sun on Saturdays, almost every Saturday. Almost every Saturday. It could be rain, it could be cloudy on the week, but on Saturday and sometimes on Sunday it was a good weather. But in this November it's almost every Saturday is wet. Yeah, it's sad, but I hope it will not be so rainy in the evening. I hope so, because I will use the subway this morning, but in the evening I'm going to go back home on the bicycle. Yeah, on the bicycle. Of course I have a rain suit, but it's not so comfortable to spend 1.5 an hour riding through the rain. Not comfortable, absolutely not. But I hope it will be okay. I hope so. So it's time to eat for now. It's kinda early actually, it's only 8 AM. I usually going back home this time from the exercise. Yeah, without the morning exercise the day starts earlier a bit. Okay, the window is opened, the clothes and the bed will be dry and fresh when I came back. Yeah, so it's time to go. Actually, I'm going on subway and have some cargo with me. So yeah, it's very convenient that today I have to go on subway, because it's impossible to deliver it by bicycle. So let's go. It's 9:40. Yeah, not that early, but not that late. Time to start. And I said that the rain stopped. Unfortunately, not the rain. Oh, not unfortunately, actually. It's better to say the sleet, yeah, because there are even snow lying on the ground somewhere. But the weather conditions are still horrible, not horrible. I think it would be not so comfortable to go back home, because yeah, late November and early spring is the worst time to travel by bicycle. It's even more comfortable in the winter. Because the moisture is everywhere. Streets full of the water. Not so good. And also the wind. The wind is blowing fast, intensive, yeah, and it's dark. Not the best time to travel by bicycle, but well, not that bad. At least I have a subway in the morning. Yeah, I hope that it will be good weather condition in the evening. I hope so. Yes, I remember from the last trip by subway to the north in the morning Saturday, it was much emptier than today. Today is kinda, I don't know, just like a weekday for some reason. So many people around. But I think inside the subway on the train it will be not so dense. subway inside is much emptier than I expected it to be. For some reason it's only crowded outside and everybody's going up from the station. Only me and some other people are going down. Yeah, it's Saturday morning.
Кто молодец? Я молодец. Быстро и недорого перевез вещи всего 799 рублей.
I see that here is even more snowy. Yeah, and more crowded. But weather is set, yeah. And the rain started again. Set, yeah. But I hope it will be okay. It will be dry. I hope so. Because in that sleet, it's absolutely not comfortable to move by bicycle. That's the reason why I'm not using it so often in winter. Here in the north the weather condition is even worse than it was in the morning. I don't know how I will go back home. Maybe on subway. No, I hope that it will be dry. Because it will be so sad that it was so dry and pretty the whole weekend, the day when I am planning to transfer the bicycle back home. It's so moisturous, yeah. Well, let's see what will happen in the evening. The final portion of apples left, so it's time to make it. It's time to make a jam. It's time to make a final portion of the jam. So there are two dishes of apples that are kinda rotten, so they will be the jam. And some good apples left, they will be just my breakfast, yeah, just my future breakfast. So it's time to slice it, and then to boil, yeah, and then to boil. So let's start with the slicing apples. The final portion, yeah. There are no more of them left. It would actually be a mix of plum and apple jam, so I have to start boiling plum, I think, and then continue to slice apples, yeah, because plum jam is ready, it's jam. Let's do it, let's mix it, plum jam and apple jam. But at first I think I can turn it on. Yeah, turn it on just to make it boil. And let's go. I've got so many jam that it's not a problem to use it as a spicy, yeah, that kind of spicy. And the left is, yeah, later. So let's go back to the apples. Unfortunately, almost all of them are rotten inside, so it's a bit hard to slice them, but it's possible. Only little slices. Only cutting it, slicing it to little slices. So, and I'm not sure that it will be enough apples for one pot. Maybe I have to use the apples that were supposed to be eaten. I don't know. Let's just cut and see what will be in the end. And that's what I've got in the end, the full pot of sliced apples. With the very minute slices, not minute but not that big, because that apples were so bad that they were the only one without any rotten parts inside, but almost all of them were rotten inside. At least half of the apples, well, apple volumes are bad and brown. But it's normal because these are the oldest one. So it's time to blend it. Yeah, it was just the process of remaining the rotten parts. Now I have to use the kitchen processor, or how to call it. Yeah, kitchen processor. I heard this word somewhere. I'm not sure that it really exists, but I'm talking about this device to blend it to minute slices and to start to cook them. To start to cook with them with a plum jam that is now boiling inside. Let's see. It's kinda hard to make it using only one hand. Yeah, it's better to do with two hands. Whoa, yeah, it's boiling. Okay, that's good. That's good. So let's start to blend it. Even without the water, it's full. Yeah, it's full. Okay, let's start to blend it. Is it possible to blend it using only one hand? Ah, it's noisy. I think I would better use two hands. Yeah, two hands is better to use today in my point of view. The first portion is ready, so let's add it without that thing, of course. Let's add it. And here is two hands are also required. And 1 kilo of sugar. 1 kilo is enough for that portion because I don't want it to be so sweet. So yeah, 1 kilo is absolutely enough for this little, not little, medium-sized portion. Let's blend another apples and a little bit mix it. Yeah, mix it. And the second portion without this thing. Okay. And of course to mix it with the first portion and the plum jam sauce. Yeah, 800 grams of plum jam sauce. Let's see what we got. Actually, I want to make the fire more intensive, the range power more intensive, but when all the apples will be sliced and when I will be able to mix them constantly. Yeah. But actually the plum jam is a very good addition in my point of view, because it's still, it's even now wet. It will be, the cooking process will be faster, I hope so. And the plum is hot. Yeah, it was boiling when I started to add apples. So that's enough. And the third portion of apples. The third portion is the tiniest one, and this actually, the whole pot is not so big. It's also possible to slice and to use the apples that is supposed to be eaten. The back of them, the plastic back of them that is lying in the refrigerator, but I think that no, there are too many apple jam, too many bottles of it. I would better eat them fresh. And the second problem that is just a second, that apples were rotten inside, almost all of them, so it was very hard to make enough volume, but I don't think that it's too bad. One pot of it will be enough, so it's only left to boil them and to wait and that's all. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, so let's increase increase the power and wait and mix it. And now I have a time to throw out the trash. Yeah, I have a time to throw out the trash actually. And I will do it now, throwing out the trash. The full plastic bag of trash have to be thrown out because it would smell all these apples. So it's better to do it just right now, not to wait so long. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. I see that it started to boil. Good. It only left to wait, I don't know, 5 minutes or maybe 7 minutes when it will be boiling hard. And to wait another 12 or maybe 30 minutes till it will be ready enough. Ready enough to be distributed through these beans or beans? Is it correct to call this vessel a bean? Maybe. But for now, it's time to wait and to start disinfecting the vessels, the beans. I have to make the fire more intensive because I want to make it boil faster than it's boiling now. Good. And to cover it. Yeah, but when it will be boiling, to cover it. So let's clean the table and start to prepare it. Okay. And it's also time to start to boil the water. This disinfection device. Okay. And it's possible it's actually some jam left, some plum jam left, so yeah, I have to wait till it will be all in the pot. So it's time to close it and to wait. It's time to close it and to wait. It's 14:50 now. So I think it will be enough to cook it for maybe 20 minutes. Not so long. It's not necessary to cook it so long. Or maybe necessary. 20 or maybe half an hour will be enough. Half an hour will be enough, I think so. Okay, closed and decrease the power of the range. So let's continue with this. But maybe it's not the time to start it. I can wash this one in a dishwasher. See that the washing process is finished. Or is it really finished? Yeah, it's hot, it means that it's finished, so it's time to emptify, to make it empty and to load it again with this stuff and that stuff. So let's do it. The dishwasher is empty, only the one thing is still not cleaned properly, so it would be cleaned for a second time. Is the second cleaning okay? And I think that the stuff in the pot needs to be mixed. Good. Okay. Let's mix it and load the new stuff to the dishwasher. Ah, cool. So much liquid appeared. Apple liquid. Apple juice. That's what I like. That's what I like. So many apples and sugar. Okay. And close it back. And what can I say? The dishwasher is even now almost full. Almost full. It's because of the big dishes and pots, and there are even 2 pots left in this thing. I think that only this one can be placed here, and that's all. But it's not that bad. Okay, let's mix it again. Let's mix it again and start disinfecting. Start disinfecting these bins. I have to use a dictionary to watch how to call this vessel correctly. Bin or jar, something like that. Yeah, maybe jar. Maybe bin is something like that. Trash bin. Yeah, maybe bin is something like that, and jar is this. I have to watch it when it will be free time. And I see it started to boil. Yes, so it's ready to disinfect. Okay. But at first I have to mix it, yeah. This range is too intensive to boil it. So intensive one. So I think I will use this one because I think it would be better. It would be enough. It would be enough. What is the black? Ah, it's plum jam, yeah. Black dark parts. Ah, yeah, it's kind of dangerous actually. It's kind of dangerous. That's the reason why it has to be boiling, not so intensive, because it can harm hands and the clothes. Maybe not the clothes. Yeah, hands and the whole and another part of the body. So let's close it again. Let's close it again. And start disinfecting. Start disinfecting. Yeah, it's really called a jar, not a bin. Bin is a container for rubbishes, for example. And this thing is a small cylindrical container normally made of glass or clay. So it's called a bin. And the cover on it, or maybe not a cover, I don't think that it's necessary. So it's time to start because it's boiling. It's time to start boiling it. I'm afraid that there could be not enough space for all the covers. Could be not enough space. That could be a problem because they are little jars now. When you use little jars, you have a lot of covers for them, or lids. But they have to be boiled properly, all of them. Maybe I can add some water. Maybe yeah, maybe I have to add some water. It's better to do it using 2 hands, undoubtedly. But it's not a problem to use it once. I have a lot of time because it's only 20 minutes since I started to boil it. There. It's not vaporing so much. It's not so good. Have to be more intensive. Ah, too many water. Too many water. And time to place it back. Time to place it back, and here I see that there is enough. There is enough, and the first jar is going to start. Oh, too many water, too many water. I have to decrease the volume of it. Yeah, the vapor is streaming. Okay, that's good. Because it has to be cooked properly, yeah? And more intensive needs more proper. More intensive means more intensive. Okay, that will be enough. I want to believe in it. Yeah, good. And the maximum power. Okay, let's wait another time and start distributing it into the jars. Yeah, and it's also possible to add some spices in the end of cooking, of course. And that will be enough. Yeah. So let's wait another minute when it will be ready to use. It's possible to touch a cat. The cat is sleeping, like always. The cat is always sleeping during the day. It's only playing during the evening and during the night. Yeah? Yeah? You wanna play right now? No? You want to sleep? Ah, okay. But you will be so active in the middle of the night, as always. So let's come back. And as I expected, I got hurt by these boiling bubbles, hot bubbles, and there, because it's boiling too intensive. Yeah, I have to decrease the power now because it's not needed to be so intensive. Maybe it's possible to distribute it, but it's not that. It's still liquid, oh, not liquid, too, how to say it, not dry, too wet. Yeah, it have to be more dense, or maybe not, because I like it when it's not dense, but it's easier to put it on the bread when it's dense. So maybe I can wait another 10 minutes, or I think that that half an hour is enough. Absolutely enough. And I think that I added too many water here because, yeah, because of that. So let's start to distribute it. Let's start to boil the next bean. I think I will start with this one. Yeah, with this one. Next bean, and to, where is it? Yeah. I think it would, I forgot about, just a second. It would be much easier to do it with this device. Whirlpool. No, not a Whirlpool. I think it has another title. But these hot bubbles actually danger. Yeah, maybe I have to wear something. I think it's too late. Okay, I think it's good enough. And let's start. No, it's not time to start. I forgot about the jar. Have to be properly disinfected. Maybe it has to be straight. I don't think that it's necessary. So let's start. It's actually not so easy to do it because the distance. I think I can change the places for these pots. That's better. It would be much easier doing it in this condition, because it's necessary to do it accurately to make the range clean and the table, the cooking surface, the kitchen surface clean after me. But no, it's impossible actually. I have to clean even the walls because that hot bubbles are splashing everywhere, and I have to cover it in the end. Good, the first one is ready, and it's time to continue with the next one. I think I have to choose not the biggest ones, because it's easier to consume it, to eat them, but then they are in the little jars, but they are all little. I think I'll start with these three, the biggest one of them, and this one will be in the end. So let's start. And this one, okay. That one is much tinier than the previous one. Much tinier. Yeah, it's harder to distribute into these kind of jars, but it's easier to consume it. It's easier too, because now I have the giant 2-liter jar and it's too big. It's even hard. Yeah, it's hard to eat it. So I think it will better spend more time now than more time in the future, much more time. And let's cover it. And the next one, this one, okay, it would be the fourth one. So one of the not hardest, but where is it? Where is the scissors? Here it is. Necessary part is to disinfect the cover of it. The cover, is it really called the cover? It also have to be boiled. It's not that hot actually. And the fourth one. Okay. Let's begin. Let's begin. Oh, the glass is still hot, but it's good. And it also has to be disinfected, but I don't think that it's useful method, but better than nothing. Okay. Maybe it is better to use 2 hands instead of 1. Maybe. Maybe yes. For these big ones, yeah, it's possible to use only 1 hand, but for another ones, no. For the little ones, it's unfortunately would necessary to use 2 hands, because it's impossible to do it with 1. So let's cover it. At the top of it, 3 jars is too little. It's much more little than this one, so it's impossible to use only 1 hand, because I have to, how to say it, to hold it using 1 hand. It can't be held by itself, so it's the last one, the last easy one, and the fourth one. The fourth one, yeah. Not so much of them, not so much of it today, but it's the last portion this year, because there were too many apples, too many jam. It's impossible to eat it even till spring. Yeah. And to cover it. And the tiniest one. The tiniest one. So I was talking about that it's literally impossible to put it here. It's too little for this hole. So yeah, I have to hold it manually. And of course the covering. Maybe I have to use not scissors or something like more appropriate for this process. Because scissors are kinda... No, it's actually good. It's actually good. Maybe it would be not so easy to distribute it. So, to this tiniest one. And maybe it could be the last one, because with not so many jam left, I'm not sure that it will be enough for a whole jar. I have to choose the tiniest one of them. Yeah, the tiniest one of them. or to think about something to another method, so, and to cover it. But I'll try to risk. I think this is the tiniest one, and I hope that this volume will be enough for it, because if it would be half empty, I couldn't close it, and I actually can put it like that. Would it be effective or not? Let's just wait till it will be ready, because these two jars are too big. So in the end I've got five of it, 5 jars. I have to find the towel, yeah, and to wait till then will be not so hot. But I also have the plastic boxes, so it's not a big risk to try to use the glass jars. So I think it's ready enough. Yeah, it's so hot actually, so hot. So let's risk, but it's impossible to put this thing on it because it's too big. So I have to use both hands. Let's risk. The fail. Finally I have to use the plastic box, so let's do it. It's 9:30, yeah, 9:30, 21:30. And what can I say? It's too late, yeah, it's too late. So I think I will come home at 11:30, yeah, after 2 hours. So it will be a night trip. I hope that it will be dry like it is now, still dry. And also, not only dry, and also empty, because it's easier to ride through the empty city, not through the city full of cars, full of vehicles. And it's also not so cold. Only here, maybe it would be windy on the road. Maybe, let's see what will be ahead. The snow is still lying on the ground somewhere, but the road is surprisingly clean and dry, because comparing it to the morning state, it's a big difference. Fortunately for me, very big difference. And the tire was repaired, so yeah, it's much comfortable to move back home, much comfortable. So I hope that my night trip will be convenient, pleasant. Yeah, I hope so. According to the pedestrians, the streets are surprisingly empty. Yeah, surprisingly empty. But according to the cars, no. Even on Saturday evening, it's kind of crowded. Yeah, because the emptiest time in the city, in my point of view, is Sunday morning and Saturday morning, especially Sunday morning, 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. the emptiest time. Yeah, but actually Saturday night is also good, is also convenient, perfect, and it's not, and there is no rain now. That's the best part. That's the best part of the day. The night house on this building is, not night house, the night lights on this building is undoubtedly gorgeous. Undoubtedly. Yeah, this composition of a violet and the white color. Cool, yeah. When it's empty, yeah, it's so convenient to ride through this area, actually. Through this area, because of the full traffic sides, or the not full of the white traffic sides, white and empty. But unfortunately it's on the short part of the trip. I also intended to visit some places on the way back home, but it's too late actually, unfortunately. Yeah, so maybe I will. The first location is the park, but no, it's too late. It's better to visit it when it's bright outside. To the trip there, but on the trip back home it's better to use maybe the city center. Maybe I can go through the city center. Yeah, maybe it could be a good idea, or maybe not. I don't know yet actually. Maybe I'll just go home and see the only bridge scenery. Maybe. And there is no lanterns in this park. It's just like a deep dark forest. So no, not now, not now. Maybe the city center, yeah. Maybe the city center, because at least it's bright there. And the final slope. Yeah, final slope before the vehicle zone. Maybe I have to stop and put my camera to the pocket. Yeah, it would be more safety, because this way is supposed to be extremely fast. And about the jam what I was cooking in the morning, unfortunately all the jars left in the parents' refrigerator because the volume of my back is limited, unfortunately. And yeah, the pedestrian zone is ended, the vehicle zone started. There is actually also possible to ride on the tiles, but the tiles are not so comfortable. Instead of asphalt, it's not so plain. So it's harder, but I have the winter tires on the back wheel, so yeah, it's kinda easier, kinda more comfortable, and it's also empty. Yeah, and I see that the TV tower is sparkling, and it's a good chance to see it. Yeah, perfect chance to see it actually. So I think, yeah, I'll come and see it. Good, perfect idea. And here is my turn, and what can I say? It stopped sparkling. Yeah, so sad. It was sparkling 1 minute ago. Yeah, 1 minute ago I saw it sparkling. But maybe I have to come closer. Maybe it will start again. I actually hope so. Maybe it's time. What time is it now? It's 22:12. So I don't think that it is turning off at 10 p.m. So maybe it will sparkle again. I want to come closer actually. Yeah, I hope that it will sparkle again. But if not, it's not bad, because just because it is. Just I want to look at it closer at night, just like I wanted to do in summer. So let's do it. And also this strange skyscraper is always shining only the stairs line. Interesting. Okay, I see it closer, but it's still not sparkling. But it's not that bad because it's still shining. And then closer I think it will be even better. And here it is. Without the sparkles, unfortunately, but it's still great. Yeah, it's still great at night. And even the empty bridge and the not so empty road is here. Perfect. Yeah, undoubtedly perfect. But the shining scenery would be better. Undoubtedly better. Yeah. So what's time now? 22:19. So I think I will not stay there for so long because it's not sparkling. Nothing actually interesting to do here and to feel here. So I'll go to the next location. I'm actually entering the city center, the northern part of it. So my trip will be a bit longer, but I will go through the whole city center, even see the beach. The summer beach. I remember that I was here in this spot in late September. Yeah, late September morning. It was also sunny. One of my first English videos. Yeah, it was so long time ago. More than 2 months. More than 2 months. But the TV tower is huge. Gorgeous. Nothing safe here. So let's go further. It's so picturesque from far. Not from far, from close distance. So picturesque. And tall, yeah. One of the tallest construction in the city center. And in the whole city. So it's time to go ahead. And I see that there is only one pedestrian on the road. Yeah, empty street is good. Undoubtedly. Only the billboard is sparkling in this area, unfortunately. So I'm finally entering the northern part of the city center. And it's kinda crowded here. Kinda crowded on the main streets, actually. So I supposed to go through the vehicle sides, yeah. And I'm finally here on the square with the castle. So let's move ahead. Move ahead when it's still green light for me. But actually I have to turn left here. To turn left here, yeah. But it's one of the picturesque spots on the street. And it leads to the one of the most beautiful squares, yeah, in this side. It's have a shape of the square. There are 4 similar houses, similar shaped houses, but different design. And I also see that here is the New Year's New Year's lights, yeah, New Year's lights here, and the holiday atmosphere is coming. Good. And the bicycle street lights, no, how to call this sign, street lights. I don't actually remember, yeah. I know a lot of words, but can't remember them that I want to say them for some reason. So it's time to go because it's green. And the UFO subway station square near the park. Okay. So here is the beach, and I see that the fireworks or something are somewhere ahead. And it's also green light for me. And there is a bridge ahead. Bridge, yeah. And the city mosque, how to call this kind of temple or mosque? Yeah, maybe. I don't remember actually. So let's just go ahead. I don't think that visiting the beach will be a good idea at this hour, and I think it's closed, yeah. It's closed at night. It's opening only, or maybe no. I don't know. Maybe it's closing at night. Maybe not. I don't actually know. So let's go straight ahead to the bridge. Yeah, and look at the beach, and look at the beach from the bridge, and that's all. And find another location. It's actually possible to go through the pedestrian road here because it's empty and plain, yeah. Especially these tiles, these stone tiles. This street is actually very useful, straight from the north to the city center, but it's narrow. Yeah, it's narrow, and I'm supposed to go on a close distance to the cars. It's not so convenient. It's kind of dangerous actually. It's not that I'm scary or something like that, but it's not so comfortable. Oh, I see the green light. I have to hurry. And yeah, the gates are really closed. Yeah, it's impossible to come in at this hour. Maybe from the right gates. Maybe. the second most picturesque bridge, the bridge with the most picturesque view on the whole city. It's also possible to see the boat, the ship on the left side, and these lanterns. But the most picturesque one, in my point of view, is that one on the left. Yeah, it's somewhere straight ahead, somewhere. Yeah, but it's also good. It's also good. It's also good. The lanterns on this bridge are the most gorgeous one, in my opinion. The most gorgeous one. The little ones and especially the big ones. I will record it closer. Here it is. But it's also one of the most comfortable to go through. Yeah, one of the most uncomfortable bridges to go through because it's narrow, extremely narrow. The pedestrian side and the vehicle side, extremely narrow. The view is perfect here, extremely perfect. But why couldn't they make it more wide? All the bridges were modified in 1960s, as I know. It was possible to make it, but no. I also entered the park zone. The park zone after that bridge. There are four large parks in the area, or 3 or something like that. But I will go straight to the Palace Square because there's nothing interesting to do here in November, and especially at night. And this street is also empty, so it's very comfortable to go through it. So comfortable and picturesque. Yeah, picturesque. I even see the lights on the building in the end of the street. Yeah, the city center is empty on the little streets, not the main streets. On the back streets but the main streets are always crowded, even at 4 AM, even at 6 AM, always. But these streets are empty. Only some cars, only some vehicles are here, far ahead. Perfect, and it's also fresh like in the morning, like I'm doing the morning exercise in the park, because the river is here and because of the lack of the cars. So let's go to the square and see what's going on there. Yeah, the back streets are empty for some reason, even no people hanging around here this time, but it's actually I don't know, it's a weekend. People have to be here because it's the city center, but maybe in this spot is nothing interesting to see at night. Yeah, this spot is not so interesting at night. It's better to visit this place then the museums are open, because there are no bars on this spot. Nothing to do here. Well, it's bright and it's empty. And the square, and I see the tree on the square and the crowd of people. Yeah, I remember that in summer I was always riding through this square because it's on the way to the beach. It's on my way to the beach. But nowadays in November, it's very rare to be here for me, very rare. So let's come closer to the tree and see what's going on right there. And here are only the crowds of the citizens, just like always, maybe tourists. And the tree is even mounted. It is not even mounted. Yeah, I see the crane on the left. something is happening here. So I think it's time to move ahead. Nothing see here. It's time to move ahead to the next spot.
Послушайте, как он играет. Его все узнают. Это бас-гитарист номер 1. Его узнают даже в Ашане продавцы, когда он бегает за пивом.
I see that the New Year lights are mounting, but they are not shining. Is it possible to see garment, or I don't actually remember this word, but I know it. This New Year decorations. It has the specific name, yeah, specific name. And so I came to the next spot, let's come closer. But I see that these decorations are the same as it was the last year and the year before the last, this fountain, in the fountain. And it's also not turned on. So let's move ahead to the next square when I will turn left, yeah, to the next square. It's so convenient to go through an empty street, through an empty city, because on the back streets it's empty, it's extremely empty. No vehicles are here, only pedestrians. Yeah, in the outskirts, as I saw, the pedestrian sides were empty and the vehicle sides were crowded, but in the city center there are no vehicles and there are a lot of pedestrians hanging around. And I see the horse, the Lord is going to its mansion. Yeah, the Lord is driving to his mansion on the horse. Yeah. And I see the church ahead. So it means, yeah, it's time to turn left. After it, it's time to turn left. Empty streets are beautiful. Convenient. Not maybe beautiful, but convenient. Good. And fresh. The air is also fresh. Just like in the park in the morning. Perfect. The left turn is one of the most convenient here, if you're a bicycle, of course. Because we can move through this area with pedestrians. So let's wait when it will be the green light for me. Here I go. Here is the green light and there is the green light. So it's possible to cross this street just through. So convenient place for a bicyclist. And if you can go fast, it's also a perfect place for a vehicle. If I hurry up, I will have a chance to go through this intersection. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, no. Let's just stop and look at the square. And look at the square on the left. Yeah. Perfect. And it's also very bright here. Especially on this square. And empty. And empty, yeah. So, this is the last spot on the, how to say, touristic city center. And now, after the bridge, the road will start, where I will go with the vehicles, and it would be not so comfortable to record the video like I'm doing it now. So let's just feel that night and go straight back home on the street where I was doing it almost every day in summer. Perfect. Undoubtedly. Perfect. Yeah, it was a good idea to go through the city center today. Undoubtedly. And I also wanted to see the TV tower sparkling, but another time. Maybe it is sparkling once an hour. But I also saw that it was sparkling even at night, even at 1 AM or something like that. And it's also, the street is also narrow, so it's not comfortable to make a video here. And the buses around are driving nearby. But it's also half narrow. Not narrow, half empty this time of the day. So yeah, good. Perfect decision to go for the city center, because the weather condition is positive. It's not windy and it's not rainy. Yeah, and it's not so cold. Perfect. For November it's perfect, yeah. It would be cool if the bus lane would be even on this way, because when you enter the city center, it's a bus lane, so it's possible to go through it, to ride through it without any cars and vehicles. Yeah, but it's not that bad itself. I see the tower ahead. It's actually dark, but it means that I'm half away. Half. How to say it? I'm kinda close to my home, yeah, something like that. And here the narrow part ends and the right line becoming more wide, yeah, more wide, and it's enough space for me and for the car and for the vehicle. Perfect. And also see the bridge ahead, one of the last ones. And finally the 4-line road started. This bus is driving near me from the city center, from the square on the city center. Yeah, for some reason it's not so fast. It's even similar to the bicyclist. And I see the white church on the right, so it means, yeah, that I'm almost at home. Perfect. I said it an hour before or something like that, yeah, an hour before, and I repeat it again, that it was kind of a good idea, the perfect idea to go for the city center today, because I spent a week without a bicycle and the weather is perfect today. Yeah, the morning was kind of horrible, yeah, the sleet and the snow, but the evening is perfect, the empty streets, the fresh air, good, even it's warm, yeah, perfect. So I have to come back home, and what to do? The clothes are drying. I have to put them back in the storage, upload the video, maybe eat something and go to bed. It's actually a problem that it's kinda late today. I can go to bed even at 2 AM, even in the middle of the night, but it will be hard to get up tomorrow and to go jogging, but I'm not actually going to do it. But the problem is if I sleep less than 8 or 9 hours, I would feel kinda lack of energy. But I don't think it's bad, because I'm going to translate for the whole day tomorrow. Maybe I can skip the morning exercise. The training, I wanted to say, the morning exercise, but I don't want to do it. Yeah, I will be kind of more tired, but I feel that I will have enough energy for the morning exercise. I want to think about it. Yeah, I want to think that I will have enough energy for the morning exercise. Why not? It's not so hard to do it. And I see the big hotel building ahead. So yeah, I'm closer and closer to the house, to the home, to the destination. For some reason there are no wall lights on this hotel and it's dark at night. It's dark at night, but actually during the day it's so visible, yeah, visible, but at night it's so dark and it's half empty. Most of the windows are dark. Maybe people are sleeping, yeah, because it's 11:30, 15 minutes past 11, yeah. 15 minutes past 11, but it's Sunday, no, Saturday today, so it's, I don't know, maybe they are hanging around the city, yeah. Don't want to spend the time in their numbers, hotel numbers. This street is actually so narrow that it's kind of hard to record the video on it because the vehicles are so close to me. But there are not so much of them, so many of them. But, well, I think I'll wait till the bridge, till the last bridge on the road. And I also see the building in the end of the street. Good. It's so convenient to travel by bicycle, to ride the bicycle at night. So convenient through these empty streets. And the last bridge on my way. I used to finish my videos with this view somewhere from that spot, but now I will go straight through it non-stop because now I'm finishing my videos at home. Yeah, why not shooting, filming, yeah, recording. I think it's more correct to say record because it's digital camera, not a camera with a film. So yeah, I think today I will finish the video inside the room. Why not? Why not? It's so convenient to record the videos on this camera actually. So convenient. It's possible to make even 2-hour long video. I think this video is more than 1 hour because why? Yeah, because I was making jam half of the day and ride through the whole city today. So yeah, it's supposed to be long, but it's not bad. That's not bad. Longer is better in my point of view. And that's the spot there the wind started to blow for the first time on my trip back home today. Yeah, I'm so lucky that I started now, but not in the middle of the trip. Yeah, so good weather today, especially it was in the city center, so fresh and empty. Perfect, yeah, perfect decision to spend it. But now translation week is waiting for me. I'm not sure that I will go somewhere that far like I've gone today. So yeah, maybe 1 or 2 times during the week, but not so far from home, to some park. It's actually so warm to ride a bicycle even in this weather conditions, so I can sit on the bench, ride the bicycle to get warm, then sit on the other bench on the other location, change locations, not to spend the whole day in one location like 1 or 2 locations like I've done in summer, So, and here is my turn. Yeah, and some thoughts about the lanterns that appeared near my house. These lanterns appeared in June, these lanterns here. It's the same model as the ones that are placed near my house, and they're not turned on. They're still not turned on. So I'm afraid that no. The lanterns in my house that would also be dead. I don't know. Even if it's connected to the electrical lines, to the city lines, I don't know. But for some reason these lanterns on this square near this intersection, picturesque intersection, for some reason are turned off, are still turned off since they were mounted in June. So yeah, lanterns are good, but it would not be brighter it would still be darkness near the doors of my house, still be darkness. So it's time to come in and see what I've got in the bag. And let's see what I've got in my bag. Let's see. Yeah, some food, some salad. Perfect. Yeah, some food, and there have to be apples. The rainsuit, still dry, happily. Some greenery, the parsley and the onion. Yeah, the parsley and the onion. I can make a salad. The cheese. So, and the apples. Yeah. So the bag full of food. And the last portion of the apples this year. The last one. So many apples. It's not even enough space for it. I can use a box for them. Yeah, because it's half empty. So let's do it. It's better to do it using two hands. Now my refrigerator is full of food again, especially of greenery. Yeah, the cucumbers, parsley, or yeah, and salads, and apples. The boxes again, the last apples that I will eat during the next week. My breakfast and green addition to the lunches. It's actually a good addition. Apples is a very tasty food, especially with an ordinary food. And let's see what's happening in the room. I think it's cold there. Yeah, it's supposed to be cold because the window is opened. And yeah, it's really cold inside the room. But the clothes are dry as it's supposed to be, so it's time to close it. Make it a bit warmer. Yeah, to put the clothes in the closet. There they should be. And start to upload the video. Yeah, maybe and taking the shower. And I also wonder why I remember the word parsley. It's kind of rare actually, but don't remember a lot of words that I'm supposed to know, like the decorations of the city. Yeah, it's also possible to use the one word, but I don't know, don't remember it. Garments, I don't think that it's correct. But I actually knew that word in the past, so I think I will check the dictionary tomorrow if I will still remember about it. So let's start with the clothes. Yeah, and only the vacuum cleaner intestines left. Intestines. See, that's better. Yeah, that's better. And the cleaning, this week's cleaning routine is officially finished, and this day is going to be finished. So I have to upload the video, and during the video upload, because it would be kind of long. It's supposed to be more than an hour. I have some kind of feeling. Yeah, it takes up to 10 or maybe 15 minutes to upload the video to the internet, so I have a time to take shower during this. So yeah, it was a very good day. The jam, making the trip through the city. And as for plans for tomorrow, translation, and again translation. So yeah, let's take a shower, maybe eat something, and go to bed, because it's almost midnight. Yeah, almost midnight. So yeah, enough for today. It was quite a good day. quite a perfect day.